welcome back. Just another dog walk, as always. Here he is, being in the water as always. Never keep a Cocker Spaniel dry, that's sure. A working Cocker Spaniel, he is. The full deal. Come on! So, you'll notice you got two films for the price of one on Monday, because I made a balls up at the dates. But one was a short film anyway, it was just fixing the bike. And hopefully you can hear me with the mic, with the wind, a bit windy today. So this, of course, John Muir Country Park. This whole flat area is a salt marsh. There's the wood there, it was all blown down in Storm Arwen. The dunes here, which have only formed since after sort of 1940s. There was just an island here, a tidal island. Hence its local name's Duck Island. And it is obviously just growing up, all the dunes. Again, so I brought my GoPro out to use, and it's not starting. This is the fault of the old GoPro curse. This one seems to flatten its battery. So rewind back to the war. During the war, as you know, this was all government. Took all this on for army training, and as part of the coastal defences of Britain in 1940, all this had glider poles, which you can see the stumps, see the lines, so that was to stop. At the time they thought an enemy invasion was happening from Norway with either landing craft and or gliders. And as you know, when you see the maps I've put up, the army were in here training as well at the same time as all this was going on. And there was a big firing range. Over there's a hill where the target was. Hence why we find all the the bullets that got through the range and lie on out here. Anyway, it's quite an amazing place though, and it's just all for wildlife now. Look at this for a trained dog. Watch this. There you go. Biscuit will be rewarded for good behaviour. Go on then. Got to have a spaniel trained on the whistle like you'll never stop them. Anyway, I'm going to show you something over here. If you're new to this channel, you'll not have seen. Right, we're along the bay a bit, and this GoPro seems to have woken up, started working, so we'll switch to that now. So what we have here is a lot of it's like slag, molten metal, loads of lumps of it. So this is obviously from, this whole area was the firing range. And just put my phone away before I drop it. So yeah, what we have here is not very much to see. If you're new here, you've not seen this before probably. This is the remains of a Matilda 2 tank that post-war the army still trained up here at the 1950s with tanks using live ammunition. The whole area was closed. And there was apparently the old boys that remember this as children, they'll all be in their 80s and 90s now, remember 3 tanks sat here. They were all blown to bits, and then they got cut up for scrap and taken away by scrap dealers. Apparently 2 of them are buried up here in the dunes. So it doesn't look like very much, but if you look there's a brass nut, and on the end is written, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, 1942. It's actually that way, upside down. I'll try and sort that in the editing. So that's what that's been. And then you can see big bits of armoured plate that have been blown off. The other one's obviously covered with the sand. But when you come and look at these, they've got armoured piercing rounds that went right through them. Look at that. These have been plates off of the sides of the tank, no doubt. Anyway, this wee dog needs to go for a swim, so I'm going to walk across to the bay. I'll bring you back when I get out to the, it's low tide just now. Murphy dog, try to get in on that. There's the GoPro for the size. So, that is what I'm looking at, I do believe. Now, I think I've found one so close to that tank before. That's an absolute beauty. Look at that. Look at that, folks. There's your thumbnail. Murphy! Murphy! Come on! Get Murphy in the picture too. Right beside it, a broken 303. I've got hundreds of these 303s. So obviously this has all been washed out. So we'll just walk back slowly and see what else we pick up. Anyway, oh now, there's something you don't want to pick up. See that? It's like a Red Bull can. That is an unexploded, no Murphy, don't want to touch that. That is the remains of probably an illumination parachute flare. No Murphy, leave it. So it'll be a dud. So if you think about it, that's had how many tides? 80 years of tides battered it about. But better safe than sorry. There's another 303. I think we might be on a good wee bit here. And another one, look at that. I'm not throwing these about, by the way, to fake all this. This is just, so this is what I was saying about the tide move stuff, and it reveals. So there you go. It'd be nice to find a 303 bullet head. See, Murphy sees I'm finding stuff, so he's getting excited now. There's another 303. That's a good one. That's unbelievable. Just spent an hour and a half walking from the car out here, finding nothing. Now we've got a good film. Yeah, we'll just leave that there, Murphy. Look at this. Could you actually believe this? No one's been picking up here. Oh my god. I've found a beautiful area. Another. Oh my goodness. It's obviously just been scoured with the tide. There you go. That's unreal. But that shows you how many. That could just be for one guy firing, standing here and firing a target. That shows you just how many. Oh, here's our horse. He's arrived. This is unbelievable. So I think they're the ones that behave themselves. They go up and down the beach. The unwritten rule is they're not allowed to gallop on the beach when somebody's on it, and there is folk on the beach, but hopefully we slow up for them. Murphy, you are not chasing them. Right, this is unbelievable, this bit. Hit the jackpot. Murphy, this way. He's like, I could just go and run with them. So there you go, folks. Out there, nothing. And in this little area, tiny little area, all these cartridge shells. So there you go, there's another one. Right, I'm running out of hands now. Just quickly back on the phone. Typhoons, RAF typhoons, see them? There's another one curving round, see them? So is it Operation Neptune, is it called this week? And next week RAF operation, I thought it was last week, it's actually this week. So the Poseidon planes are up as well, and yeah, you see loads of this as kids, with the Cold War and all that, and obviously the armed forces being a lot bigger. Not bad for a morning's dog walking. Perfect. Right, I'm going to get hold of this dog because he's going to get excited at these horses. Right, I'm definitely away this time. See you in the shed. We're going to lower that screen on the for the gelding for the winter, okay? Nice to see the horses. Okay folks, see you later on.